So today I'm going to unbox and look at the Terra Argon 900 tent. Now discontinued, a cracking tent that I've been trying to get my hands on for many years. So we'll look at it. So the contents. With most Terra tents, you get an oversized bag, which is great. You can't be bothered packing it away too neatly. Okay, so the oversized bag. People with the minimalist types would struggle with this if you like a small pack, but I just compensate for it. It's not a problem. This can't go any. This is the actual tent itself. It can't go any smaller than that lengthwise, because you've got carbon poles which will become apparent when I put the tent up. You get the DAC aluminium poles, classical poles as you would see in any Apex type tent, and some of those Terra style titanium pegs, which to be honest I've always found a bit flimsy, but we'll give them a whirl. Again, I probably won't use them and see how we get on. Okay, so let me put it up. Bye now. Okay, so I've identified a few schoolboy errors done by the previous owner. It's been impossible to tighten up the ridge, because what they did, and the naivety, is tie a load of knots in that adjuster there. So I'm struggling now to undo the knots so you get the full length of the inner, if that makes sense. Yeah, it was too short, so you could never tighten the apex up. It's a common mistake with a lot of tents like this. They have the inner too tight, and therefore it will never really go up properly. Probably the reason why I got rid of it, which is good for me. And I've got to try and undo those knots, and then I'll come back to it. Okay, bye bye now. Oh, there it is, all set up. It took a while, but that's because the previous owner had done some strange things to it. Okay, straight away I can see scope for certain modifications. So, as I spoke earlier, those are the end poles, which work really well. On this side here, you've got down there, you've got a pocket for the pole, and then the inner comes into another pocket, which I'll do a photograph of it and put that up here. Yeah, the guy ropes straight out of Van Gogh, that they'll be getting swapped out. I'm even going to put some shock cord on it, and the shock cord's going to run like this from that point there to the peg back to that foot there. Yeah, now with this type of tent, if you have shock cord to peg out initially, and in some it can stay like that, it makes it so much easier because it self-centers amongst all its tension points. You get a perfect pitch every time. But I'll show that in modifications that I'm going to do later, maybe some other time. Again, schoolboy areas. I put some temporary shock cord on the 4 pegging point there. We all do that with Lanshan and duplex type tents, so you can peg them both out to the same point. You've got basically 3 pegging points here. It's a little bit eccentric. You got one to the main ridge, run from this thing here, which is like a little flap for venting. Great idea, keeps the rain away from the zipper. Yep. So there, and you also got that there that connects to it. A bit peculiar really, but that means, you know, it could hack a decent stone. So using its own poles there, but there's a little pocket here that you can use if you want to use your, can you see that? If you want to use your trekking poles, all that's nicely reinforced. And then you got your typical rainbow type zip for the inner, which is huge. Yep. Things I don't like already is it was a bugger to put up. Yeah, it was tricky to put up, and I struggled a bit, but I think that's more to do with the previous owner's box jobs. I'll iron those out and see how I get on. So, massive interior. What I don't like is, for the points, sofa, the ground sheet, you know, it's non-existent. I prefer to sit up here somewhere, but there you go, that's how it is. That's the only negative I can think. Yeah, other than that, I am just so impressed with it. I think it's fantastic. fantastic. I love how the pole's offset, so it doesn't inhibit you getting in and out of the tent at all. You've got two sides, both are identical, so two people can get in. Yeah, I suppose you could at a push. I think it's fantastic. So I'll be doing some mods at some stage, maybe not today, and then we'll go. Oh, the all-up weight, which I forgot to mention earlier, is documented at 1.3 kilogram. That includes the pegs and everything, and I think that's fairly reasonable. Other than that, I'm really impressed with it. I'll go as far to say I love it. I love it to do. Fantastic tent. I don't mind how many seasons it could hack, but I mean it could hack some strong weather. So that's it for now. Goodbye now.